Right, so this is a follow-on from my video last week, excuse me, when I basically said, should I buy an SK450 quadcopter? And at the time I more or less said no. I said it wasn't as cheap as it thought it was going to be. Didn't think it was well built as I thought it was going to be. Thought it gave you a lot more power than a beginner should necessarily have. At the time, I wasn't actually able to fly it. I'd broken an arm, I'd broken some props, and it was out of commission. So I ordered some replacement arms, and as you can see, it's changed quite a lot. Over the back is the old SK450 frame, or most of it. Over there is the top canopy and sort of protector for the the KK2 board. And so originally I was going to just buy these new arms. They are HJ arms. I looked at them on the internet and I looked at them and I thought they look a lot better than the arms I've already got on there. I don't know if you can see, if I push this on here, there's quite a bit of flex in there. I wasn't very happy with the way the arms attached up here. I thought they were very thin. The actual legs on here are actually a separate piece, and I don't think that makes them particularly strong. I think it's easier for them to actually snap. So I thought I'll buy these arms and replace them. One of the things I missed out was the actual connection in here is actually a lot deeper. So I couldn't just change one arm or else it wouldn't be level. I'd have to change the whole lot. And then I thought, well, if I'm going to change the whole lot, I might as well change the actual baseboards. And this I'm really quite happy with. I've actually changed the baseboards. You can't see because everything's rather tight, but there is soldering in there. It's got a power distribution board built in, and it's great. It's allowed me actually to get rid of a lot of the wires which ran off to the XT60K cables, which basically distributed the power off to the speed controllers. So they all went. Nicked the speed controllers, nicked most of the motors. Slightly disappointed that one's got a slight click to it, but nicked most of the motors. And as I said before, one of the motors I had before was sticking. It wasn't playing very nicely. These are, I'm not sure I better get it to focus, multi-star 2213s 935s. I could have bought them from Hobby King. Those ones exactly, I think Hobby King were the only people selling them. I haven't had too bad a time with Hobby King. They have sent me some other bits and pieces and it's come over quite quickly, but I thought, let's go and see what else is available. And AMG motors, exactly the same spec as the multi-star ones, and if you look at the packaging, it's identical. I'm pretty sure they're a rebranded product. So that one down there is the AMG motor. Yeah, so it's all very nice. Got a different coloured top on the thing. I could actually swap that out from there. Cable tied everything up. Going back to the motors, the thing I had a real lot of problems with was getting the motors detached from this mounting ring. The motors were screwed on. I'm pretty sure they were thread locked, and I couldn't get them unlocked. My soldering iron's a bit naff. Apparently you can put a soldering iron up against the nut, heat that up. If you get it up high enough, I think 240, 280, thread lock's supposed to actually basically liquefy, and you should be able to unscrew the screws. I'm pretty sure my soldering iron isn't good enough to actually heat it up enough. Anyway, I could not get them off. So I actually had a look, and again, I probably can't see under here. There's holes underneath where the motors screw into, actually go through and then screw into the motors. And I didn't have any screws long enough, and I thought, oh, I'm going to have to order the damn things. So I thought, well, no, what I'll do is I'll actually put the motor mounts on and I will cable tie them on. They should go on there nice and firm. If it breaks and they come off, the cable ties can be replaced easily. I have actually got some of those mountings actually on order, but then again, how on earth I'm going to get them off these motors, I don't know. But all very good. The top, I'm rather happy with the top. Walking through a local shop, I saw that top with this pot, Summer Living lock pot, and £1.50. I looked at that and thought, that's quite an interesting top. Wonder about the size of that, and it could not fit over my components much better. It's, as you can see, it's ever so slightly off to one side. That's because the radio's on that side. KK2 board is actually smack in the middle. I'm guessing the KK2 board will compensate by spinning up these motors ever so slightly to compensate by the weight, but nothing really to write home about. So I then took it out to fly, and it seems to be flying very nicely. I seem to be doing a lot better with auto leveling. I'm getting some basic hang of the thing. Yeah, I'm getting it to bounce when I land. It's coming down fast. I turn the revs up nice and high, and it still seems to come down fast. I'm going to sit and watch some YouTube videos on landing, but it's landed a couple of times, and I walked over there, and everything's still working. Flew it a bit. I'm still getting a hang of things. Going to have a go at orientation. I may actually buy an orientation board, see if I can work out how to mount it. Those things there, there's not actually a hole through there. Originally thought the rod was going to run across here, and then a ball would sit in the middle on the other side, because that's the front. But I don't know, I'll have a look at that. But yeah, flew it away, flew it quite a long way away. Lost control of which direction was forward. I'm in what I originally thought was quite a big field, but the thing with this is it'll go fast, and you can get it quite a long way away from you if you're not careful. And then I thought, oh, it's getting a bit close to those trees. I thought I was steering it round. I thought, you know what, I'm not very happy with it. Let's bring it down. Again, brought it down reasonably fast. I thought I throttled, put the throttle up a bit to cushion the landing, and it came down, donk donk, hit, I don't know, 12 feet up in a tree or something like that. Crash down to the ground, walked over, and everything's fine. And I'm very pleased with that. So the old one, I'm not convinced would have done the same thing. So going back to my original thoughts, should you buy one? Maybe not the SK450. Maybe you should buy the parts and build it yourself. There's loads of stuff on the internet about how to do it. You watch people soldering onto the baseboards. It's not particularly difficult to do. If you've got a soldering iron, some solder, have some basic skills, you can do it. I wouldn't say I'm any good at these things. Sensibly set out the wires, mount, say my speed controllers are mounted underneath, that's holding speed controller on, that's holding speed controller on, and some wires. That little one's there is just tucking the wires out the way. Yeah, I think I paid 12 or 15 quid for this frame, and I'm really impressed with it. Yeah, so certainly worth replacing that. I'm now getting up in the air long enough to actually begin to learning some stuff. Went out today and it was actually slightly windy, so flew it around a bit, and then I thought, yeah, you're pushing it a bit, so bring it back home. But anyway, should you buy an SK450? Maybe not. Should you buy a quadcopter? Possibly. Having some fun now. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.